Welcome, violin players. This video is for Year 3 returning orchestra violin players. We're going to review the songs that we practiced in our lesson and the songs that we circled for our upcoming lesson. These notes are mostly review, but they involve playing notes from the C major scale. Up until now, we've been working on songs using notes from the D major scale. The main difference between C major scale notes and D major scale notes is that our C major notes use F and C natural. That means when you go to play F with 2 fingers on your D string, instead of playing F sharp on the tape, we slide our finger back so it's touching our first finger. That makes it F natural. When we play C on our A string with 2 fingers, instead of playing C sharp on the second tape, we slide our finger back until it's touching our first finger, and that makes C natural. Playing our C natural with 3 fingers on our low G string is also a way to play C natural. Let's go ahead and turn to page 36. Look at song number 144. Song number 144 reviews our low C music note. Remember that when we tip your bow to those lower strings, you need to move your whole arm to follow your wrist. If I rest my bow on the E string and I tip my bow to the A string, I need to make sure that my arm, including my elbow, follows my bow and it lifts with my bow. If I tip to the lower strings without moving my arm, then my bow is going to end up tipping in the wrong direction, and it's going to create a bent wrist, which is going to cause a crunchy sound on your instrument. We want to produce the best tone possible, so make sure your bow is straight on our bow highway right between the bridge and the fingerboard. Rest your bow on the string, and keep a straight line between your elbow all the way through your wrist. Try not to bend your wrist over, because that'll produce a crunchy tone. Go ahead and rest your bow on the E string. Then raise your arm and tip your bow to the A string. Is your bow still straight? Is your wrist still straight? Go ahead and tip your bow again to the D string. Is your bow still straight? Is your wrist still straight like mine? Then go ahead and tip your bow all the way to the G string. Is your elbow still straight and your arm straight with your wrist? And is your bow still straight on your string? If you keep your arm glued to your side and you tip to the G string, you're not going to produce a good sound because your arm is going to be all twisted like this. We need to use your whole arm and your whole bow to create a good sound on your G string. That's your thickest string, so it's going to take more weight and longer bows to produce a good tone. Let's go ahead and play song number 144. In order to play this C music note, we need to press 3 fingers on our low G string. Let's go ahead and play 144. 1, 2, ready, go. Oops. Nice job. You heard that my bow kind of hooked on my string. I used too much bow. I went right off the tip, off my instrument. That happens sometimes. I'd rather you use too much bow and accidentally hook every once in a while than to use just 2 inches of bow and not have a good sound. Let's look at 145. Let's read F. This is where we play our low 2 F natural instead of our high 2 F sharp. So press your 2 fingers on your D string. Slide your second finger back so it's touching your first finger. And let's play 145. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Double check that your bow is straight and that every time you switch to your G string, your whole arm follows through by lifting to your G string. Look at number 146. Let's read E. This is an easy note. That's our first finger on the D string. This is a note we've known for a while. Here's number 146. 1, 2, ready, play. Nice job. On those last 3 notes, did you remember to lift your whole elbow when you tipped to the G string? If you didn't, you can go back and try that one again. Remember, our goal is to practice at least 4 to 5 days every single week. Practicing a song does not mean playing it once and then moving on. Practicing a song means playing it through a couple times in a row. It also means playing through just one section of a song or a couple notes of a song over and over and over to repeat them to get them better. If you need to repeat a whole song or just part of one of these songs, feel free to pause this video anytime to repeat those songs. I'm just going to play through each song once for the sake of time. Here's number 147. Let's read D. Let's challenge ourselves. Instead of using our open D string to play this song, let's use our 4th finger on the G string. Using our 4th finger might be new to you. Every time we add our 4th finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th finger note sounds like the next open string. So 4 fingers on our G string should sound like open D. Four fingers on our D string should sound like open A. Four fingers on our A string should sound like open E. The pinky is our weakest finger on our hand because it's the smallest and we use it the least often. So the more times you can practice using your 4th finger to play an open string note, the stronger it'll get and the better it'll sound. You might need to make some slight adjustments. When I place my 4th finger on the G string, notice I've got this large gap between these 2 fingers. Think of reaching with your pinky to get all the way up. If you need to check that your pinky's in the right spot, you can play your pinky note and then play your next open string to check it. They should sound the same. Go ahead and check that your 4th finger on the G string sounds just like your open D. Let's go ahead and play number 147. Let's read D. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Did you remember your low 2 on our last note, F natural? If not, go back and play it again. Here's number 148, side by side. This goes through all of our natural notes, starting with F natural, walking all the way down to C natural. Here's number 148, side by side. 1, 2, ready, go. lift to the frog. Rest, rest. Nice job. Here's number 149, C major scale. Remember, this is not like the D major scale. The C major scale uses C natural, low 2 on your A string, and F natural, low 2 on your D string. Here's 149, the C major scale. 1, 2, ready, low 2s. Low 2, low 2, low 2. Nice job remembering all those low 2s. That one has a lot of different notes, so you may need to try that one a few times in a row. That C major scale is also a great warm-up exercise as we move into our more challenging songs that use the C major notes. We're going to skip number 150 and go right to 151, slow bows. Slow bows uses whole notes. Do you remember how many beats a whole note is? That's right. A whole note is 4 beats. That means we need to use a slow bow so that we can hold a note for 4 beats. If you move your bow too quickly, you're going to run out of bow before those 4 beats are up. Let's try number 151, starting on low 2 on our D string, F natural. Here's number 151. 1, 2, slow bow. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. Full bows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you remember to use a slow bow on those whole notes? Let's move on to 152, long, long ago. This is our challenge song for the week because it uses all the notes in the C major scale. That means it uses low 2s on the D and A strings. That also means that we need to use our 4th finger instead of playing open strings. If this song has a little number 4 over the note, instead of playing the open string, try using the 4th finger. If it doesn't have the letter 4, then you can go ahead and use the open string. But if you see that little number 4, start using your pinky, your 4th finger. We need to strengthen these pinkies this year. We're going to play 152 slower first, then I'll play it again a little bit faster if you're ready for a challenge. Here's Long, Long Ago, starting on 3 fingers on the G string, which is C. Make sure you raise your bow arm when you move all the way to C and start at the frog for down bow. Here's Long, Long Ago. 1, 2, ready, go. Fourth finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. One, 2, 3. Second line. Fourth finger. 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget to hold that last note for 5 whole beats. Every time you see 2 of the same note tied together with a little line, you need to combine those notes into one long note. We have 4 beats for the whole note and 1 beat for the quarter note. That makes 5. Great job, you guys. Keep using that 4th finger every time you see it come up in the song. I'm going to up my metronome, and we're going to try this song a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. Feel free to speed that one up and go even faster. If this song is easy for you, go ahead and look at those songs at the bottom of the page. That's all the time I have for today. Nice work today, violin players. Remember, our goal is to practice 4 times every week. Follow that practice checklist online, and you'll find recording play-alongs for each one of these songs. You can play along with those recordings as much as you want. You can play by yourself, or you can play along with this video as many times as you need to. See you at your next lesson.